Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Our host, Brian Duprey, is the world's most sought-after childcare coach, having helped tens of thousands of childcare owners from around the globe take their business to the next level. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, our host, Brian Duprey.
Hello, and welcome to the Childcare Genius Training Podcast Series. I'm your host, Brian Duprey, along with my lovely wife, Cheryl. We're going to talk a little bit about mindset today. This is part 2 of a 4-part series on mindset. Last week, we talked about lanes, staying in your lanes. Nope, that wasn't last week. It was the week before. Last week, we talked about reading, the power of reading to get a positive mindset. Well, this week, we're going to talk a little bit about the 5 a.m. Club, because this is the catapult that changed our life. More than any change we've made in the 33 years of marriage, the 5 a.m. Club has been the most amazing change. I think it's done more to improve our marriage, improve our communication, get us more positive space, and really get in sync. And we wanted to share that with you. Before we get started, want to realize again that we are just thankful for you. You know, our podcast is just growing. We've done over 200 episodes. We just want to take a moment and just say thank you. Not trying to promote anything this week other than gratitude. If you like our podcast, we'd love you to hit the like button. We'd like you to leave a comment. We'd like you to subscribe and just share this with other childcare owners, because, you know, we pour our heart out. We don't make any money doing our podcast, and we just do this for the benefit of our listeners and our audience, who we get energy from. So we just wanted to take a moment and just say thank you, because, you know, we are one of the most popular podcasts in the childcare world, and we're just so humbled by that. Well, let's talk a little bit about the 5 a.m. Club today. And right behind me is the 5 a.m. Club book. And this is by a guy named Robin Sharma, the author, and it's called the 5 a.m. Club. And
we're not being paid to promote this book.
No, not at all. Too bad, because, you know, I'd like a check, Robin, if you're listening. But anyway, all of our members, all of our coaching clients, we give a copy of this book because it has been so life-changing. And it looks thick, because it is thick. It's got a lot of pages. How many pages is that, Carol? I can't even see.
I can't read
a couple hundred pages.
Yeah.
It's thick, right? But anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing us hold the 5 a.m. Club book up, and it's always front and center behind us, because it is the book that's the center of our working relationship and our personal relationship. We start each day at 5 a.m. and we're not asking you to get up at 5 a.m. It's a metaphorical 5 a.m. club, but it's actually 5 a.m. for us. We're up 5 o'clock today doing the 5 a.m. club. And you'll read in the book, there's a whole parable in there that talk about the power of the routine. But we just wanted to take a couple minutes and just maybe give you a couple highlights of what we do and how it's changed our lives, and then encourage you to read the book, because I think you'll get more out of the book than you will just a 5-minute podcast episode promoting the book. But basically, how's our day start, huh?
Well, we get up in the morning at 5 and make our coffee. And then we go next door into our quiet space overlooking the lake. And we read about an hour probably, and we read our Bible and positive books. Usually Brian will read a book and then I'll read it after, because he's a faster reader than I am.
So we start the day with the positive. And before we go into, we don't spend any time on our phones.
Yeah.
Like, we try to start our day with positive. And phones aren't even allowed in the room we're at, where we're going to be doing our reading, which is great. Like, we totally separate ourselves from that. And being anywhere between 60 and 90 minutes, we're reading each morning. So we're starting our day with positive.
And then afterwards, we go work out. We exercise together.
Yep. And so that is part of a routine that we do. We do anywhere between 30 and 60-minute workout. It varies, but we do that every day. And we've lost 85 pounds between us, so it's been a good ritual, the workout routine, and today was leg day, so we worked the legs this morning, getting up, and we always do a stretch too. So we do a stretch before, do a 15-minute stretch exercise. So when you get older, things get a little tighter. So we realize that stretch will maybe keep us from getting injured as we get older, So that's important. And then we do a cardio workout or a muscle workout in there. So it's just a routine that we have. And we have the luxury of time. We don't start work till 8 o'clock. So by starting work at 8, we get up at 5. So we get up 3 hours before, and that's the ritual. After we're done working out, we shower, we come up, we eat breakfast together. So we always eat breakfast together, and we kind of plan our day out, talk a little bit, see if we have to, do anything together. Carol will give me her routine for the day. I'll give mine. We'll see where we intersect. But we started our day with positive before we ever get into the work environment. And so many people do the hamster wheel, right?
Well, the worst thing you can do when you get up is either immediately start working or watch the news.
Yeah, or get on social media.
That's
probably the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
And you realize at night, how interesting other people's lives are. And the first thing you're seeing is somebody's love's life. We're encouraging you to just not look at your phone for the first hour. Like, leave it off. And if you're getting up an hour earlier for this routine, you would have been in bed for this hour anyway.
Right.
So you're not missing anything. So we encourage you, get up an hour earlier, go to bed an hour earlier.
Even if all you can do is 15 minutes of reading and 15 minutes of workout.
Yes.
Something you can do at least to get started. And if you have to commute to work, get an audio book that you can listen to on the way to work rather than listening to the news, Fox News or whatever.
Sure.
It's just better to put positive in your mind.
100% better. And just find out the Genius routine. We call it Genius Morning in our coaching program, but the 5 a.m. club, very similar. Find out what works for you. But the secret behind it is just put positive in, get moving, work on mindset, health set, soul set, and health set. Those are the 4 things that you want to work on. And, definitely by doing that routine and finding a cadence that works for you and doing it together is huge. So many couples are always going in different directions.
Yeah.
One gets up, goes this direction. One gets up, goes in this direction. Like, we start our day in sync. Then we go to our separate offices. We work for the day. Then at the end of the day, we come back together and we end the day in what we call the Genius Evening. So we're going to do that next week. We're going to talk about how the end of the day wraps up for us and how we recommend to shift to the end of the day. But if you do this with your partner, life will change.
Right.
And into more positive, your relationship will get better. Life will become much better. And
ours has changed a lot.
A lot. And, it's nice. It's my favorite part of the day, drinking coffee, and we take turns making coffee for each other, and we have a routine, and it's really nice. And I read about $4 a month, and Carol reads about 3. And it's something that she was never a big reader, and I did more audibles because I can't slow down enough to read, and now I love it, and it's forced me to slow down. So, and the workouts have been great. It keeps me healthy and keeps help with the weight loss. For sure, because you're burning the candle at both ends while being a business owner, and you need to be in shape.
And when you get older, you have to keep your muscles strong because you lose muscle mass when you get older.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's another reason why we got to continually.
Not that we're old.
No, but, it's just in case. We're older today than we were yesterday. Yeah. And definitely moving faster than it was when we were younger. At least it seems like it. But anyway, we just wanted to share with you our routine that has changed our life, and we hope that this will do the same for you. So if you haven't read the 5 a.m. Club, if you have it on your bookshelf, get it out and read it. And if you've never read it, I would highly recommend doing that. I've seen another book called The Miracle Morning. I've read that one too. That helped me out as well. But I really resonated with this 5 a.m. Club, and we've turned it into what we call the Genius Morning. So we've made some adaptations to it, and it just works for us. So thank you for listening. And next week, we'll be back talking a little bit about the Genius Evening, our wind-up routine at the end of the day. So we wake up in the morning with a nice, positive, fresh attitude. So thank you for joining us today.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.